I got a phone call from my agency, who I worked with and got lots of work from, saying, would you like to work abroad? It's quite an interesting role. I was okay. I said, so where am I going? Oh, you're going to Baghdad. I was expecting to be in the green zone. But no, we were on a base called Camp Victory, which surprised me. So when I first arrived at the building that I was going to be working at, it struck me that it was a very secure building. Signs outside saying, do not come in. If you're not, it's a classified area. If you're not cleared, you can't come in. So when I first started working on it, I didn't know how big a project this was. I just assumed it was news gathering. But having seen the process and worked in the process, I then realised this was a big project. And the budget was large as well for this project. It was around about 120 million a year for this project. There were 3 different types of strand, really. So we would do the news items that would go out on the news and go out on various channels locally. The kind of stories, a bomb would go off, a car bomb would go off, people would die, we would have people out there filming it, it would come back, we would then edit it into stories that would then go out on various channels within the region. And we were to make it, as best we could, look as if it was made locally. Which it is shot locally and it is edited locally. It was more to make it look like it was Arabic. And then there were what they call TVCs, which are television commercials. Say Al-Qaeda are bad. There would also be things called VCDs, which we would make. The way I was approached about VCDs was, I was asked by my boss, we need to make this style of video, and we've got to use Al-Qaeda's footage and all their propaganda out there to do it. We need it to be 10 minutes long, and it needs to be in this file format, and we need to encode it in this manner. And yeah, that's great. And we're going to track it via Google Analytics. All the VCDs that were made, and quite a considerable amount, were taken by Marines when they were going into various villages or they were doing raids, whatever patrols they were on, and they were dispersed that way. And these were discs that were made to play in a thing called Real Player. And what happened to a Real Player is you'd get a white screen before anything would happen. They came up with this ingenious idea that within the white flash that Real Player does, it actually tracks where the VCD is being played, because Real Player has to connect online to run. So when the VCD's been delivered, when they're watched and the tracking kicks, it makes a hit with analytics, and when you log into it 24 hours later, it will tell you which IP address and where in the world it's been looked at. So for instance, if one's looked at in the middle of Baghdad, okay, you know there's a hit there. If one 48 hours later or a week later shows up in another part of the world, then that's the more interesting one, and that's what they're looking for more, because then that gives you a trail of, okay, so someone sent it to this person, or they've been here and they've gone elsewhere, so it gives you a track of somebody who could possibly be a threat.